What are we doing tomorrow?
We're gonna fucking grappling, brother.
Going to cold-blooded arsonist killers.
Go to the killer tank. Killer tank.
Even though I like the groovy cover of I'm on Fire by Bumford & Sons, I'm sure it would not good for the video. So
yeah. We're just becoming certified born killers, basically.
Yeah, we're
Hitman was there this morning, got my absolute ass handed to me.
You did your first session at BJJ, if you don't know what we're talking about.
Yeah.
So Fitz is doing it because he just kind of wants something to do, as in that like a form of outlet, you know.
I just wanted a competitive outlet.
And at the moment, I am. Oh, we got the flipper on the screen. I can see what the fuck I'm pointing at. So at the moment, I am. Let me get in the better light here. Oh, this is so much better. The camera, not me, obviously. I don't get better. At the moment, I'm training like 4 to 6 times a week, depending on how I feel. So it would be in a like a kind of a break phase, as you would call it, or like a little rest phase, because it was hard earned for the last like maybe 6 weeks. So still training, maybe like 140, 160, 70 kind of form if I made myself do it, but I'm not. So it wouldn't be like that for a while. My body feels great at the moment, so everything's getting a lot better. My ankles don't hurt anymore, my wrists don't hurt anymore, my shoulders don't hurt anymore, my elbows don't hurt anymore. That's most of the things that was hurting, I'd say, was it?
Your soul?
That still hurts, but other than that, so I'll start soonish, maybe like in the next 5 weeks. We'll start proper training again. So at the moment, I'm just gonna doing a lot of hunting. Maybe like twice a week we can get out, and obviously dragging heavy things through fields and walking up hills and valleys is very not conducive to training weightlifting. And so while I'm at it, I always said I wanted to go back to martial arts after weightlifting. And so while this isn't after weightlifting, this is between weightlifting a little bit, and it'd be no harm for like a GPP session, few sessions. I'll do like once a week maybe with you for like maybe a few weeks, and then that'll be it for me, and let the birdie go for Fitz. He's you'll be back at something else soon, so it's kind of like a GPP for you is a little bit as well.
It actually is just back to exercise really, after a lot of shooting. And a lot of shooting still to go.
There's a lot of shooting left. It's February still, so
yeah.
Until February. And I'm also still cutting weight, which is great. And then what else am I doing?
What weight do you know?
I actually don't even know.
Hop on the scales there, all over the camera.
I'd say I'm about like 103 still.
But you can know it exactly where if you hopped on the scale.
I don't know where the scale is.
Isn't it there? Oh, it's over next to the desk.
And I think that's it really. See, tomorrow could go terribly.
Getting into the ground.
Getting into the ground. This stuff we did last night. If you don't know how to take down, you did well last night. You can snap him down. You can go for the single, the tackle from rugby. You can go for the tackle. Okay.
Yeah.
You can go move him right to left. Make him change his pace. Like, he's too strong here. I wouldn't tackle him now. As soon as I tackle him, he's gonna be in a good spot. Look. Now I tackle him from the side. I could kick that leg, I could lift him, make him asleep. I could go balance the weight. I never want to tackle him like here. Look, if it was in a street fight, what would happen? Boom, me on my face and be down and sleep. I want him to move his weight. Now I have it. Now here, look, there's no point for him to fight. I could lift him up here and take him down, but I don't want to go blind here.
We're both on your session.
I go with you on.
Alright. Oh yeah, that's on.
Anytime we can go with top, same go for me.
Okay.
Now we're resting.
Okay.
Say how?
You want the energy?
It's a different thing, dude.
Yes. Energy stress, huh?
Say it, you have the big boys. Very good, dude. Perfect. You couldn't hit that. Try that again. Boom. Yeah. Really good. Keep going. Now smash it. Look at this space you give me. Oh. See how easy. Now how much space you have?
Yes.
No. See it? Nice. Very good. Right here. Very good, man. Very good. Keep up. Is it good? Good tackle. Nice. Yeah. You want to rest? Grab his hip. Nice. 2 minutes. Darius, spin and go to his back. Go up. There we go. Now you have it. Up. Now rest, Sarah. Now take your time. Now go for the arm. Stop. Go the same position, back on the same direction. Yeah, just not resting. Fuck me.
Or same position here again. Good? Same position. What was it?
You were on top of me.
Yeah. The way you look clean.
Yeah, no, it's a different kind of cardio. I used to train really certain places like 2 years ago.
Huh? I'm sorry. This comes to great somebody. Copy? Wait, I think so. No. Leg in first, sir.
And seat belt. The other leg, seat belt. Put the other leg. Osa.
Good feel.
Good. I like it. Yeah, it's just fucking.
All 10 months. But we were saying, myself, that you nearly said last week.
Yeah.
You were just trying to do too much.
Yeah.
There, right, so the camera on the small bit, just a couple of longer holes.
How's it feel to be a born killer?
Great. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a very uncardiovascularly fit born killer, to be honest, at the moment.
Yeah.
It was great. It was good crack. We started off with some drilling.
Mm-hmm.
Yesterday for the warm up today was a bit different. Yesterday for the warm up we did some tumbling, which is incredibly enjoyable.
You didn't do that today though?
No, I actually did some tumbling on my own on the mat.
Just to practice? Yeah.
And then we plenty drilling, and then we just did some sparring. What did I call it? Rolling, not sparring.
Yeah.
So it's very good. It's good having 3 people there. It's good, like, because you get. I guess there was a lot of like me versus Teddy, and then Claire would come in for a while, and me versus Teddy. But it was good. I really enjoyed it.
What's Galera's
Galera's actual full name?
No. Oh yeah, go on.
I don't know. I can't. It's told me so many times. I've known him for years.
Yeah.
But
he's won like.
I think he won Abu Dhabi twice as a purple belt.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure what his story is now. I think he won Europeans last year.
Yeah. So he's very, very high level.
Yeah. It's
And-
crazy though. Like,
Yeah.
we were grappling against him this morning, and you'd get into like 1 or 2 times he'll let you get into a really good position so you can kind of feel it.
Mm-hmm.
And literally just you'd like kind of position your hands so your hand's in a good choke position, and you go to squeeze,
Yeah.
and your arm literally like cramps up before he'd tap.
Yeah.
Just crazy.
Yeah. He's like, go on, and you're like, am I doing too much pressure?
Yeah.
And he's like, no, keep going.
This is very good, very good, very good.
Yeah.
But it's like crazy levels of self-control.
Mm-hmm.
Like when someone's like arm is in underneath here, you're just like, oh the fuck.
And then he's like, grab your left hand.
Yeah.
And you're on top, and you don't even know where your left hand is. You're like, what's going on?
Yeah, it's very enjoyable. I enjoy watching, like when you were sparring and stuff or rolling.
Yeah.
I enjoy watching that, like,
Yeah.
because it all happens very quick.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're suddenly in a position where you're like, oh, this is what we did in the drills.
Yeah.
But then it's hard to just not be so fucked and out of breath
Yeah.
when you finally get someone onto the ground, or you finally get like someone in a position where you could do something.
Yeah.
You're just so tired, like.
Yeah. So fucked up.
Yeah. So.
I liked it. I was very looking forward to it, and it was very enjoyable. But I'm just apprehensive about doing a weightlifting. You see, so
Make you super tired.
yeah, and I think so. Like, not only would you have like obviously just taking energy away from weightlifting, but you like you definitely get some negative adaptions back in the other direction, which is what I spent more than a decade trying to hone in. You know, so I'm just very cautious about that. Injuries probably right. I don't think you get really any. What we're doing.
No, I
I
don't
think we get any injuries from what we're doing that would be like, oh, that's fucked. Like you need surgery,
Yeah.
just a little bit of owies or something, or scratches, which doesn't matter for weightlifting, which is fine. But I'm just really conscious because I've had a good few weeks pretty easy now. So I was as I was training yesterday, I was kind of thinking it's time to go again.
Yeah.
It's pretty soon, you know. So I might do another few sessions with it, but it's not something. It just from the looking at it from enjoyment level, I definitely enjoyed it, but this is not something that would take it doesn't do the same thing as me for weightlifting. Like nothing is ever like just done it for me as much as weightlifting does initially, like straight away. Like, so
Yeah.
it's not something I'd ever jeopardize weightlifting for, even though it's very enjoyable and I'll try to do a few more with you. But it's not for me. It wouldn't be worth losing weightlifting for jiu-jitsu, even though it's very enjoyable.
Yeah.
I always kind of said I'd go back to martial arts in a couple of years or whenever I'm kind of when I feel I've peaked out from weightlifting. But I'd be cautious that I'd negatively affect the weightlifting, you know, which you definitely would. The other hand though, is being strong for jiu-jitsu is so fucking useful. Hopefully you can see some of the footage. So I had zero engine, obviously. The engine for long weightlifting sessions is just not the same.
No.
For that kind of really intense interval kind of bouts. So we're doing like 5 minutes on, 1 minute off. But like I had the power, and I could feel I had the power to take. I'll get Lara down. I feel I had the power to take Lara down, you know, and like I could feel he was resisting that, but obviously I had no fucking clue what to do when I get down.
Yeah.
And I'd also no engine what to do when I get down there, you know. Sometimes he's on top of me. I don't know if you can see in some of them, like I could literally just lift him out the way, but he's like 70 kilos. Like 100 kilos, you know. Like I can.
Yeah, literally 30 odd kilos heavier.
And I can flee and jerk to 190 kilos, like so.
Yeah.
Physically, I could lift him, you know, but he also wasn't trying to kill me as much as he could have been, you know. Like, he was probably going at like 2% of his effort, you know.
Yeah.
Like he wasn't fighting, you know.
No, like he definitely lets you get into positions.
Yeah, he was definitely trying to stop. He put a lot of effort in the takedown, which makes sense because we can't hurt ourselves there.
Yeah.
And we can't really hurt him in the takedown, you know? Or we're not gonna hurt him, but there's nothing to mess up there.
No.
So he can what would you say, like safely resist the takedowns, and we're not going to hurt
he can put a bit of effort in.
Yeah, like so he was putting a lot of effort in the takedowns, but obviously once you got there, then, you know, he was putting no effort on the ground.
Yeah.
So, and he knows that, like, he's very, very experienced, like, so he's not like going to try hurt us or just choke us out for no reason just because he can, you know. So, it is fun. I really like the drills at the start, but I don't think we got any footage of the drills.
No.
So that was really enjoyable. I could see how that'd be very useful for weightlifting.
Yeah.
For levels of like just learning a new skill or kind of like being a bit more well-rounded, you know. I'm not sure how much for use as a GPP in the GPP phase. Maybe a few weeks it might be too bad. So the thing with weightlifting, especially if you're natural athlete, you would be looking at loss of any like type 2X fibers, which you definitely lose after welding that, and if you started training for it. So that was my kind of, that's my angle on it. Is just how would it affect weightlifting, and weightlifting would be so useful for it. If you're strong, if you had like a legitimate squat, legitimate front squat, legitimate back squat, big deadlift, strong bench press, I could really see how, like we said with the jiu-jitsu, you would be it's really important to be strong, and like that is just being reinforced more than reinforced more now. Just being like, if you're a horse, an absolute, like if you're just so strong, like resisting a takedown, trying to take someone else down, being really powerful, like the strength of your legs be so important for so many things. Upper body strength, like if you're not doing S&C with jiu-jitsu and you're trying to take your jiu-jitsu seriously, you are just like, because you won't get enough of a training effect, I don't think, from enough jiu-jitsu training to really take your strength and power to like a better level for jiu-jitsu. Or if you want to be the best jiu-jitsu you can, Galera is doing jiu-jitsu with Teddy, the other guy in the gym. So he was the fellow who there used to own the gym with band and strength conditioning, so he's doing strength conditioning there, and Galera recognises the importance of that, you know.
Yeah, he's strong too. Like,
yeah,
no bother with any of the movements. Like, a lot of it's just like any athlete, like really concentrates well on like being able to do the movements heavy enough and progressing from week to week. Actually making sure when he's in the gym, it's like he's really training hard. Like, he reminds me of every other good athlete you'd ever meet, where it's just, this is what I'm doing now. And then he like, and the other thing is like, ask loads of questions. Like, he does that.
Very patient.
All
Great
the time.
teacher.
Yeah.
Very patient teacher.
I think that's what made him easy. Like when I used to coach those classes, like that's how you make him easy to coach, because he understands full well. He's coaching, you say, like 5 or 6 hours most days doing capoeira and jiu-jitsu, which makes a massive difference when you got someone who's used to coaching. Even though I can definitely see myself at certain points being like hard to coach. Like, I catch myself doing things where I'm just like, I'd just be so much better if I just did the Joe, like.
Yes.
But then I suppose because I'm catching it mightn't be too bad.
Because I was seeing, like, when you're doing the drills, I was doing the drills with Galera.
Yeah.
And I feel like I was getting them a lot faster because he was correcting me in real time, you know.
Yeah,
you and Ted, you were trying to figure things out.
But that's the thing, and we're like trying to figure things out with each other of like, do this. Oh no, wait, move your elbow here.
Yeah. He was saying, don't, when you go to one side to the other side is mad.
Yeah.
So like if you go to the left side with the elbow.
Yeah, it's like upside down and in reverse.
It's so
it makes no like.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Makes no sense, like.
Because you can perfect it on the left side.
Yeah.
And then you go to the opposite side, and you're like, what the fuck? So he was saying that it took him like 1 year to do something to the opposite direction, you know.
Yeah.
He's a couple of talents in his school apparently. So.
Yeah, he said he has some good young. Are they jiu-jitsu players?
I'm not sure what jiu-jitsu call themselves. I think players sounds right.
Players, yeah.
I don't know what jiu-jitsu people call themselves. Practitioners?
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Born killers.
Sure, I know what the thumbnail for this is going to be hilarious. Will you keep at it?
Yeah, definitely. So I think we're going to go 2 days a week for the next few weeks or for the next few months.
Yes.
Which will be like perfect.
Yeah.
And it's grand as well, like doing it in the morning.
Yeah.
Like it's not... Certain things doing in the morning is a absolute fuck up. Like it just messes it up. Like trying to do weightlifting in the morning doesn't work. To be honest, trying to do sprint work in the morning, I hate it. Never liked doing it.
Yeah.
But that kind of stuff, especially when you're training with other people, it's absolutely a-okay.
Yeah.
Like doing like squats and bodybuilding and stuff is grand in the morning too.
Yeah.
But it, it's enjoyable. I really like it. I did get my lips split open in the first 30 seconds.
Teddy is very handsy. He's clumsy with the hands.
So strong as well.
Yeah. Yeah, they do say that, tap early and tap often.
Here, man, I
tapped straight away.
I have a huge ego in other things.
No,
I'm the most competitive person in the world.
No, you're
to
a
my
cunt.
detriment.
No, you're a dick.
I'm a dick. Like we can't play board games at home anymore because of it. But
no.
The second it's like your like shoulder starts getting reefed out, like okay, I'm gone.
No, I tap like immediately. I'm just like, no. What's the point? Like, he Galera 100% can beat us.
Oh my god!
There's no question of it. There's nothing to win there. There's no one to prove like you're not. Like there's nothing.
No,
there.
There's no winner. Like
there's no
because
winner.
there's only one winner.
It's like going to the gym and out squatting him. Like there's clear.
Yeah, what's the point?
No, there's no point. You just tap like I had no problem tapping.
Yeah.
Like even when Teddy was doing it, like I didn't need to prove anything to Teddy. Like just tapped Teddy into like a good position. Like
I couldn't see you being able to squat super heavy weights or run super fast while grappling 3 times a week.
No, drugs would be so. No wonder.
Oh my god! No wonder it's untested.
They just need like because they don't like drugs would be so useful. For jiu-jitsu.
Yeah. It's definitely like there's certain sports, and when you watch it, you're like, oh, it'd be super useful for that. You know, when you watch CrossFit, you're like, obviously, it's gonna be really dirty. You watch cycling, but it's only when you do some like grappling, and we've done like a total of 3 hours of grappling. Over 2 sessions. And then you're like, okay, drugs would definitely help there.
No wonder it's so dirty. No, you just like, and there's no way you could compete against someone else who's good and on drugs.
No.
There is no way.
No.
You know, like in rugby and stuff, you could do like, you know, in like rugby, bad teams beat good teams, right? That's why rugby's great. Or field sports and stuff like that are great, you know. But like in weightlifting, like. Lash, I'm not going to suddenly beat Lash, and you know I'm not just going to have a really good day and snatch 230. You know that doesn't happen. Like, and I can see the same happening in jiu-jitsu. And I know some people are going to argue and be like, no, there's 10-year-olds, but realistically, if you've elite athlete A and elite athlete B who've both been training for 10 years in jiu-jitsu, who both do S and C, but if elite athlete A is on gear, I don't see a scenario where 99 times out of 100. That athlete A is going to beat that athlete B, you know, because like drugs, because the biggest thing you get from drugs is you don't need to do as much strength training, because you'd get more out of it just from taking gear. You know, you get to those requisite levels of what you'd need for grappling, like certain levels of squats and deadlifts and benching, very soon, and a lot easier, and you maintain it so much easier, which is the really important thing. But then also your engine, your ability to, instead of training for half an hour a day, you could train for 4 hours a day, you know, and that's like you're quintupling your sport specific practice without having to massively increase your conditioning base by doing more conditioning. So,
and the quality of those 4 hours is going to be drastically different.
And your ability, your spatial memory increases.
Yeah.
To certain drugs for learning things, like we've talked about, would make such a difference. Like your drive to want to do it would be higher. How horny you are when you're just wrestling a load of other lads would be so high as well. There's just like...
That's the big challenge, really. Like.
It's just the speed horns you get, like... It's nice to have...
See why so many people are, like...
Yes.
Addicted.
I see why so many people get injured. Because you've got those UAS, those adults, onset of athleticism, no mobility, no strength, huge egos, and just an inability to understand where they are. Not teachable, because they're... Yeah. I'd say we're pretty teachable. I get the
definitely, yeah.
Having who teach people and do lots of sports, you know, I never stopped doing these.
And having actually done a few large scale inventories to see if I'm a highly skilled learner.
Yeah, yeah.
I could tell you right here, this guy's a highly skilled learner.
Yeah. So like, no wonder so many people get injured, because you're 35, you haven't done a sport in 25 years, 15 years, whatever. Your ligaments and joints, tendons have no capacity to resist force or impart force, or, you know, resist the motion or safely go through a full range of motion laterally. No wonder, like, I can see your neck, it'd be very hard to protect your neck no matter how strong you are. But the rest of your joints and your back, and I can see, like, if people have no ability to resist force, like, there's so many reasons you should be doing S&C, and if you're an elite level athlete,
you should absolutely be doing physical training.
You'd have to. I would say it's an absolute prerequisite if you want to be good. It's certainly, if you're just trying to, even if you wanted to be baseline, just enjoy it, like, do consistently, I could see how you need it to get better, but also to stay injury free with it.
Would definitely make it more enjoyable.
Yeah.
If you're fitter and stronger.
Oh fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously, the 10-week combat sports program, we will link it below. Yeah. I promise you, it will be the best stuff you do for this.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. Just reinforces more how useful that program would be, to be honest.
Yeah. It just proves everything that we wrote that program about. Like.
Yeah. Yeah. I really enjoyed the drills. Really enjoyed that.
Love that.
I could see that'd be very useful for that kind of thinking, you know, learning where your body is.
Yeah. I absolutely love that.
Yeah.
Like, the grappling is like...
It's fun.
Grappling is fun.
No, it's fun.
But, like, the drills are like... They tickle my fancy.
Yeah. I've no... Do you know when you're being squashed there? Like, it's just kind of funny, like...
I do like that. Like, I like that bit of grr.
Yeah, but like, it's like, there's no I don't feel uncomfortable there.
No.
Like, I suppose, like, so I started, like, did take on to when I was like 5, I started, so I suppose get used to being, you have no personal space.
No.
That's something that we've talked about a lot before. A lot of people don't realise you don't have a personal space. Like, people can invade your personal space if they want to, you know, so, like, you should be used to it. Like, lest it ever happen to you. You know? So, you know, when he's like squishing me there or whatever, you're just kind of like, it's so funny. Like,
but that's the bottom of every rock, like.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's great crack. I can definitely see why so many people are into it.
Yes. Yeah. I can see where people's arrogance from it too, though, comes from. I can see where people
oh my god, yeah.
Killer, you know, but he talked about it as well. Galera talked about, so he did combat sport, striking sports before he came to Jiu-Jitsu.
Yeah. He was like capoeira.
Yeah.
And what he refers to as a lot of fighting.
Yes. It's from Brazil, isn't it?
Yeah.
So he was saying, you know, if you're just standing here, like, I'll just punch you and knock you out, you know, or knee you. Like, Jiu-Jitsu, like, isn't, like... And that's something I've said about Jiu-Jitsu as well, like, you know, that people who've never done any striking, you know, and they're on about street stuff.
Yeah.
You know, they're like, we're fitness people, on Instagram are like, you know, 1v and stuff. And some people do that. They're like, if someone punches you, you know, like, it hurts, like, it's totally different. Like, that feels so safe.
Yeah.
That doesn't feel like striking.
Like, you can be sitting on full mount, like, sitting on someone's chest.
Yeah.
And then, like, so that's, like, as safe a position as you can basically feel, you know?
Yeah.
If that's not in a controlled environment and that person just swings a hand across your body, like...
Yeah. No.
You're just
like,
gonna get
striking is not safe. Like,
yeah.
Whereas that feels fun, like, because it's a game. Like, that feels like a game to me. That's why it's so enjoyable, I think.
It's wrestling.
Yeah. So I think, like, some people just some people have that kind of, you know, like the cold-blooded killer thing. And you're like, look, it's a game. Like, just, you know, like, it is fun, it is a game, like, but, you know, it's not.
It's same as any other sport, like.
Yeah, it's a sport, like.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not a trained killer, like.
No.
I can't wait to do something after this.
Of course not.
Alright. Long enough, let's see.